Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is XCAL's 10th anniversary tonight being celebrated in Watkins Glen, New York as the XCAL series takes on the Watkins Glen road course. That's right, they are turning them left and right tonight. Things are going to get exciting out here. Good evening and welcome aboard. A big night for a lot of drivers. A lot of drivers have a big opportunity to make up some points here tonight. A lot of teams looking to make up some points here tonight as well. We'll see who comes out on top. Good evening, Mark. Good evening, Kevin. Hope everybody is doing great. And let's get this party started quickly, as we have got a lot to talk about. First, some big changes in the points coming into tonight. Brent Mekas continues his move up the points. Several new drivers making their way towards the top 10 and into the money. Matt Bear, though, continues to dominate in the field. It is going to be an interesting night to see. Matt Bear is an accomplished road racer, so look for him to be towards the front when this is over. Plus a couple of road course racing aces. Got a few road course aces in the field, like Mark D'Antuma. Hopping into that Flaming Karma car, Joe Campbell is back tonight. Jared Heasley also back tonight. And of course, Brent Mekas has been working his way up the points since over the last 5 to 6 races, has really been on a tear. But let's start the night talking to our championship leader, the Mad Bear. Hey, Matt, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, brother, I got you.
Hey, one of the better guys at Racing Road. How are you feeling about this car at this track?
I mean, I think I have a fairly decent car overall. I mean, I'm a little frustrated overall right now. Got a couple new guys coming up here thinking they're better than me. I hate to break it to them. They're not. Brent Mackey's, Adam Gilliott. Roca's pretty good from what I've heard. I'm really not too worried about anybody tonight. I think I've got a solid top 3 car, and with the nearly 400 points lead, or 400 points lead at this point, it's really me versus myself. Just don't make any mistakes, and it doesn't really matter what happens from here on out.
Well, it's definitely going to be an interesting one. I know you know how to get it done on the road course, man. Good luck tonight. Hopefully you can keep that car out of trouble.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And as we mentioned, a road course ace in the field tonight. Mark D'Antuma makes his XCAL debut. Mark, it is your XCAL debut, and I know all of BRR has been looking forward to this one, buddy.
Well, I'm hopeful that I won't disappoint, so.
I have a feeling, having seen you race here in the past, I have a feeling you're going to be up in this fight before it's all said and done.
I think so. I'm hoping that consistency pays off. I don't have the pace of some of these guys, but I tend to keep it on track, especially here at Watkins Glen. So that usually lends to a pretty decent finish.
Now, do you think it was wise to be in a Ford in a 3-hour endurance race?
I figure it's street stocks on a road course. That's screwed up enough as it is, so I might as well just, put icing on the cake, so to speak.
Well, you definitely did that, buddy. Man, good luck tonight. Your XCAL debut, make it a good one, man.
Well, thank you. I want to thank XCAL Racing, Web Shop Series, and Butt Kicker for putting on this little soiree, and hopefully I won't disappoint the boys down in BRR, and thanks again to Gerald for putting me in this with Flaming Karma Racing.
Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Mark D'Antuma getting ready to make his debut. Now we're going to try and get a quick word with the man who's been moving up for several weeks now, Brent Mekas. Brent, it seems like I'm talking to you more and more here lately, and that is definitely a very good thing.
Hey, Doug. It's good talking to you again, especially after my abysmal start at Thompson. But hey, I'm glad to be back in the booth. How you doing tonight?
I am good, man. You've, other than Thompson, your season has really turned around the last 5 or 6 races.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. I've been trying to work with some people. I know, no one's going to catch the big Matt Bear. He's run off with it. I think he's already crowned himself the champion. So I'm hoping to get, top 5, top 6, maybe, improve on this year. Hopefully next year come back and be able to run for some bigger spots. But,
Well, man, I know.
Go ahead, Jug.
I was just going to say, I know you've been tearing it up here lately, and I know we're going to see you in Victory Lane very soon, and you in the XCAL web shop very soon.
That'd be great. I mean, the XCAL web shop's great. I know Zach Edwards just got a new shirt in there for stopping Octavio from getting his record, so that's pretty cool. Aaron's really good about keeping that shop fresh. He runs a great league here. You put on a great telecast. I mean, got a lot of good things. Talking about our 2024 and all the good things that are coming there. We still got to finish up this season yet, and I'm looking to still learn and get better every week, hopefully, and hopefully stay away from those setbacks like I did last week.
All right, man. Good luck tonight.
Hey, thanks, Doug. Take care, guys. Have a good race. Bye.
Brent Mekas getting ready for the start, and finally, the college kid, Nick Seams, looks like he is available to talk about something going on in the background. Hey, Nick, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, the college kid still has not made it to Victory Lane this season. Is tonight the night?
Hopefully, I feel like my car is feeling pretty good. Me and Ryan both starting in the top 3. I think that's a first for the Seams family. So hopefully the Seams family club, hyped up.
Hopefully so, man. I do know that a little bit of in the background, some smack talk coming from Team Joliet. We lost Nick. Nick, we lost you here for a second. I know the Seams fan club is hyped up, but man, Team Joliet, a little bit of smack talk there.
Oh, really, huh?
Yeah.
Screw the Joliets. If I see them, they're getting wrecked.
Awesome. Well, man, good luck. We know you don't. How many more races do we get to have you before you go back to college?
I'm going to attempt the rest of the season. First race that I'm going to try is Oxford. I'll be at college, and it's really just going to be a test run to see how it goes.
Well, man, good luck. We hope it works well, and best of luck at school. Man, go out there and try and look out for them Joliets.
Thank you, Doug.
Nick, the college kid, seems looking for his first win here tonight. Just a few seconds left to go, then we're going racing. Don't forget, take a quick moment, hit that like, follow, subscribe, most importantly, hit that share button. Invite your friends and family to come tune in for what is going to be a very interesting XCAL race for the first time ever at Watkins Glen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing. Octavio Rondoletto and Flying Ryan on the front row. Nick the college kid Seams, and Luke Turpin is back tonight on the second row. The Mad Bear and Cristiano Roca on the third row. Adam Joliet, Jose Godino on the fourth row. Lataro and Brent Mekas rounding out your top 10. Joe Campbell is back tonight, starting in 11th with Mark the Man D'Antuma in his XCAL racing debut, starting in 12th. Albie Hewen starts in 13th, Sean Andrews in 14th, Jeremy Joliet 15th, Derek Colson in 16th, Jared Heasley starts back in 17th, Scott Joliet rounds out the field in 18th. Kevin A., that's hilarious. Pace truck will lead them around. Hey, good evening, Jared. How are you, buddy? Best of luck tonight. Flaming Karma Racing looking to put multiple cars into the top 5 here tonight. And with the crew of road racers they have out here, it is entirely possible. But the Racing Aces have 2 cars starting in the top 3, both of them with the last name Seams. Things could get interesting there. Could we see a Seams in victory lane tonight? Luke Turpin is back. This one will be interesting. Superman could get back to victory lane tonight. Matt Bear in a plain colored XCAL car tonight. Big surprise there, but Matt looking to pull off a win. He does quite a bit of road racing. Looks like Jared Heasley may be starting from pit road tonight. Joe Campbell is back tonight after internet problems last week, looking to make himself known once again. Joe has missed quite a few races here recently, looking to get back up to the front. And Albie Hewins has been on a tear here lately, picking up points, moving up into the top 10. Can he move further here tonight? Good evening to the entire Seams clan. Yeah, and the college kid does have the upper hand. He was studying it at the actual track over the weekend. Pace truck about to drop in. 3 hours is the length of this one. And here they go down the front straightaway. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. The 10-year anniversary of XCAL at Watkins Glen. Good evening, Corey. Good evening, Danny. How is everybody tonight? Up through the S's during practice, saw a little bit of chaos up here. Talking to some of the drivers, they were talking about the track is greasier today than it was in practice and in the heats yesterday. More sun out, the track temperature is up, things are going to get interesting. Octavio takes the lead, Flying Ryan in second, Superman in third, Nick the college kid in fourth, the Mad Bear the top 5. Is a little rivalry brewing between the Gillietts and the Seams as of late. The 2 big families on track, could we see that come to, oh, as a lot of guys go really wide through that turn. They have to be careful going too wide. They will get an off track and a slowdown penalty. Jared Heasley has come out off of pit road, trying to make his way up towards Scott Gilliett. Octavio was a little sideways at the bottom as he turned up toward the S's. You can tell he's putting the power down hard, though, the nose rearing up. Kevin, I'm trying not to think about that one, buddy. Octavio trying to pull out to an early lead. 1 second over Superman at the moment. Flying Ryan in third, the college kid in fourth. Jeremy Gilliett already up 4 spots, has closed in on the back bumper of Joe Campbell. So far, Jeremy Gilliatt, the biggest mover of the race. But Lautaro already up 3 spots. Remember, he is a very accomplished road racer. And has the second highest road iRating in the field. The first is held by Octavio. This is the old Trans Am styles. The old Camaro body. That's what I was trying to think of. Matt Baer, the points leader, has drifted back to 7th. Meanwhile, Superman Luke Turpin, currently in 2nd, has the fastest lap so far. Sean Andrews is already out of the race. Jared Heasley, meanwhile, is closing in on the field. Lap times here starting out about 1:20 is the fastest we have seen so far. Average between 1:21 and 1:22. They are going to put down a lot of laps here tonight. Matt Baer on his way trying to recover. Nick Seams has drifted back into 6th place, but he was feeling good about the consistency of the car, not necessarily the speed here tonight. The same could be said for Mark D'Antuma, the rookie in the field. Mark, an accomplished road racer himself, currently sitting back in 13th, but his first XCAL start, just looking for a top 10. Sean Andrews is now back out on track. Sean Andrews was on his way off of pit road, but has now gone back. I am not sure if Sean has a connection issue or what is going on. Adam Gilliatt, meanwhile, coming by Lautaro. Gilliatt now up to 4th, sets his sights on Flying Ryan. Headed toward the bus stop, and the nice thing about these cars on this track is they have a lot more suspension travel than a NASCAR car, so they can hit those rumble strips a lot harder. They can go through these turns a lot harder. They can carry more momentum. Adam Gilliatt now looks to the inside on Flying Ryan. They get close there as the Mad Bear goes wide again. Now it's a drag race toward turn 1. Looks like Adam has the advantage on the front stretch. Lautaro looks to the inside, gives him the push, and they go into turn. Whoa! That was close. There will not be a competition caution tonight. However, there is the possibility, however unlikely, of a full course caution. I have been told, though, it would almost take an earthquake opening up the track for that to happen. What in the world is going on? 4th place, Lataro. 5th place, Ryan Seams, Matt Baer, Cristiano Roca, and the college kid. Look like these guys are working to try and break the draft on the car behind. We saw the run Jilliet got a moment ago. The draft playing a huge, huge factor here tonight. Jared Easley started from pit road, has already got past Scott Jilliet, now sets his sights on Derek Colson. Someone definitely was out mowing the grass. Adam Jilliet already, Scott Jilliet's had a problem back behind. Looks like he has recovered. Adam Jilliet already up 4 spots into 3rd. Jeremy Jilliet already up 6 spots into 9th, but Scott Jilliet is having problems back behind. Jared Easley through turn 1, looks under Colson. And Heasley now to 15th, sets his sights on Albie Hewins. Heasley is already chopping through this field. Luke Turpin now looks to the inside on Octavio. Octavio goes wide, keeps it within track limits though. Down to the bottom, Turpin has the advantage off the turn. Early in this race, in a battle for the lead, Luke has the advantage going to turn 1, but Octavio will have the advantage through turn 1. And they are going to drag race it up the S's, it looks like. Octavio, oh no, he almost cleared. Octavio is loose. Nice drift, nice save. Octavio holds second. But Luke Turpin goes to the lead for the first time. Adam Jilliet now in 3rd as Lataro right behind in 4th. Matt Baer has made his way back to 5th. Look at the battle behind. Cristiano Roca, Flying Ryan, and the college kid nose to tail. Jeremy Jilliet about 3.6 seconds back, starting to reel him in. Jose Godino not far behind him, running in 10th. Mark the Man Dantuma in 11th, also reeling him in. Joe Campbell now back in 12th. Brent Meck is starting to come alive in 13th. Luke Turpin trying to pull a gap on Octavio as they go up the hill through the S's once again. Lataro and Adam Jilliet continue to work their way around the track, trying to reel in the leaders. Matt Baer lurking not far behind. Cristiano Roca trying to pull a gap on the Seams boys. Flying Ryan and Nick currently 7th and 8th. Jeremy Jilliet not far behind in 9th is continuing to close in. The gap now under 3 seconds. Jared Easley, meanwhile, has gotten past Albie Hewins, but he's got a bit of a gap to close to catch Brent Meckes. Looks like about 12 and a half seconds is the gap. However, due to not taking a pace lap, starting from pit road, that's going to give him at least a 1 lap advantage on fuel. Could that be the strategy he is going with here tonight? We know that since Thanos isn't in the car tonight, he is definitely up in the spotter stand burning up calculators. Scott Gilliott and Derek Colson have had an incident back behind. Down the front straightaway toward turn 1, both on the brakes. Oh, looks like Derek locks him up, tries to come back down and just finds Scott there. For the Sean Andrews fans out there, he has managed to get out on track, but he is a couple of laps down. And mired kind of in the middle of the pack as Brent Meckes is right behind him. Brent now sits to the inside into turn 1, is going to take 12th place from Joe Campbell. While they've been battling, Heasley has closed over 2 seconds on him. I know from past experience, Heasley is a very accomplished road racer, a very accomplished endurance racer. He is going to be a tough one to beat. Luke Turpin still has the lead. Octavio staying right on his bumper in second. They are pulling away from Adam Gilliott and Lautaro, third and fourth. Matt Baer closing that gap just a little bit in fifth. Cristiano Roca currently runs in sixth. Flying Ryan in seventh. Nick Seems has lost a little ground in eighth. Jeremy Gilliott in ninth. Jose Gadino currently running in 10th. Mark D'Antuma in the Flaming Karma car, currently running in 11th place. You heard him mention in pre-race. Does not have the pace of the leaders, but does have the consistency on his side. However, that consistency could go out the window. Folks, he's driving a Ford tonight. I have no idea what Mark was thinking on that. He knows better. You'd think he'd learn. Whoa! Matt Baer just slid out of the S's back behind. I'm sorry, that was out of the carousel back behind. Matt has multiple wins in the Sunday Morning GT3 NSS Series. Surprised to see him struggling here in the early going. We'll see if he can make up ground as the race goes on. Nick Seems was feeling good about the car coming into the night, but struggling here early after starting in third. Meanwhile, Jeremy Gilliott in ninth place is closing in on both Seamses. Back up front, Turpin and Rondoletto still nose to tail, still pulling away from the rest of the field. Fuel mileage could be a huge deciding factor here tonight as well. There is a wide range of fuel numbers and how many laps these drivers can go. I've heard everywhere from 20 to 30 laps. Gerald, all I'm gonna say is if you're paying the bills for him to race, put him in a real car. Brent Meka sits back in 12th. He started in 10th, dropped all the way back to about 16th, but has charged his way forward. And speaking of charging, Jared Heasley is now up to 14th and only 6.5 seconds behind Joe Campbell, closing in on most of the cars ahead of him. In fact, you cannot find a faster car than Jared right now until you get to about 7th place Ryan Seams and 6th place Cristiano Roca. Aaron Hillebush up in the flag stand, watching them go around, not expecting to do a whole lot here tonight. Gerald, there is no way. Gerald Poole is predicting somebody will go 35 plus laps on the first tank. I don't know. I do not know if that is even possible. Jose Godino in 10th, trying to close the gap now on Jeremy Gilliott in 9th. Gilliott was gaining some ground on Nick the College Kid, but has now slipped 3 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Brent Mekas was reeling in Mark D'Antuma for a time, but has now fallen over 3 seconds behind. D'Antuma in 11th, about 9.9 seconds behind Jose Godino in 10th. The field really starting to stretch out in several places, except for up front where Octavio is sitting on Turpin's bumper. Man, they are hitting that bus stop really hard. Albie Hewins has been moving up the points for several weeks, now sits back in 15th, just needs a consistent run here tonight. And there might be problems with the 40 car as Heasley has been blinking just a little bit. He continues though to reel in 13th place Joe Campbell and Brent Mekas. Matt Bear in 5th, had been right on Lataro's bumper with Adam Gilliott, but has continued to lose ground, now 4.5 seconds back All he needs is consistent top 5 finishes, and he will win the championship this season. His lead's so big at this point, he can actually afford to flub a few races. There's your look at the top drivers in the points. You can see the Mad Bear has quite a gap on the field. $394 points over Crapser in the 29 car. Flying Ryan lost a spot after last week. Albie Hewan's currently sitting in 10th. But the Mad Bear just continues to pull away week in and week out. Gerald, that is a more reasonable number, buddy. Gerald correcting his previous number of 35 laps to 25 laps, more in line with what we had heard coming in tonight, anywhere from 20 to 28 laps. We're about 2 laps away from starting to see the first round of pit stops. We know Luke Turpin and Octavio Rondoletto, the top 2, are 2 of the best at saving fuel. Could they continue to all night long? And if they begin to work together, anything could happen. Jose Godino still holds on to 10th. Mark Dantuman 11th. Brent Meckes back in 12th. Heasley now has gotten past Joe Campbell up to 13th. Sets his sights on Brent Meckes. Joe now back in 14th. Albie in 15th. Scott Gilliott in 16th. Derek Colson is on pit road. A couple of laps earlier than we expected, but it looks like Colson may have had an issue. Looks like he's coming into those final 2 turns, drifts it through the turn and into the tire wall. Manages to gather the car up, and looks like he does go another lap before he hits pit road. Ryan Seams and Nick Seams, both drivers, continue to put some laps down, but in the last few laps, it looks like these 2 cars might be set up for a long run. They are actually starting to gain on Cristiano Roca. Oh, holy crap! Flying Ryan drifts it all the way through the bus stop. So now we know how Flying Ryan is gaining on the driver's edge so quickly. He just ain't lifting through the turns. Sean Andrews has had another problem and going to pit road. See where this started, heading off into turn 1. Got a little too much of the rumble strip. Ouch. That right front completely caved in, and it looks like the wheel may not even be straight. John Andrews has really had a rough start to tonight. Nick Seams has also managed to close the gap just a little bit on Flying Ryan. Now just 2.25 seconds behind. Jeremy Gilliott still trying to close back up, about 3.5 seconds back. Luke Turpin, Octavio Rondoletto head into lap traffic for the first time tonight. As they come around, Albie Hewins. And we're going to take our first quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. We'll go side by side. You won't miss a thing. Pit stops are underway. Octavio Rondoletto on pit road. Cristiano Roca also on pit road. Flying Ryan, Nick Seams, and Joe Campbell are in. Lap number 23. Luke Turpin stays out. Lataro is still out. The Mad Bear also still out. Mark Dantuma is headed to pit road. Brent Meckes is headed to pit road. Jared Heasley is going to continue to stay out as well. Albie Hewins, Adam Gilliott, Flying Ryan now back off of pit road. Scott Gilliott has not been in yet. Nick Seams off pit road as well. Luke Turpin is on pit road. Lataro heads to pit road now as well. Will Matt Bear and Jared Heasley be able to stretch it from here? The Mad Bear is going to stay out. Could see some big shakeups here now that pit stops are cycling through. As Matt Bear takes the lead for the first time tonight. Could this have been Matt's strategy all along? Stretch the fuel. A couple laps every pit cycle, he could very well skip a stop. Jared Heasley is staying out another lap as well. Tire fall off tonight has almost been non-existent. At least for some of the drivers, they are not losing a whole lot of time. So stretching the fuel could be hugely beneficial. Matt Bear has headed to pit road. Now remember, Jared Heasley started from pit road. He did not do a pace lap. He may be able to go even more. Could Heasley end up leading a lap here tonight? Cristiano Roca has had a problem back behind. Heasley is coming in. Let's see what happened with Roca. Cristiano headed toward the S's. Oh, the back end way out of shape as he comes up the hill. Slides it to a stop. Manages to get the car rolling again, but a very close call with the Seams boys. We heard drivers in pre-race talking about the track being hotter, greasier, slicker tonight. That just showed Cristiano, one of the great road racers in the on track right now. But who knew Luke Turpin, Superman, could get it done like this? Turpin about to put Joe Campbell a lap down. Turpin outbrakes Joe through the turn and goes on by his lead over Octavio. Now 3 seconds. Octavio's pit stop was 5 seconds longer exactly. Adam Gilliott currently sitting in third. Lataro now in fourth. The Mad Bear goes back to fifth. The college kid now up to sixth. Flying Ryan in seventh. Roca has fallen back to eighth. Jeremy Gilliott Curley sitting in ninth, and Jose Godino in 10th. Mark Dantuma in 11th. Brent Mecca sitting in 12th. Jared Heasley in 13th. Joe Campbell in 14th. Albie Ewins 15th. Scott Gilliott in 16th. Derek Colson out of the race. Sean Andrews still on pit road. Hopefully he'll make it back out. Luke Turpin has a big lead now, 3.8 seconds. Octavio coming into lap traffic, trying to run him down. Lap traffic could be a big deciding factor here wow! Octavio full sent through turn 1, drifts it. Seeing a lot more sliding cars than we ever expected to tonight. Octavio also just set the fastest lap of the night so far. Don't forget to tune in next Tuesday night as XCAL goes short track racing again next week at Oxford Plains, and you know what that means. Somebody will get airborne. Never fails at Oxford with those big dirt mounds. Somebody ends up getting loose, slides through the infield, and takes flight. It is always a great show there. Octavio still trying to run down Luke Turpin. The gap on at third place, Adam Gilliott, is growing. Lautaro in fourth is closing in on Gilliott. Matt Bear sitting back in fifth. Nick and Ryan sixth and seventh. Looks like they have hooked up and are going to try and work together. Having a teammate out there tonight on these long straightaways at Watkins Glen could be a big factor. Have somebody to split the drafting responsibilities. Both of you save some fuel, plus the added speed could be a big factor for closing the gap on the cars ahead. Cristiano Roca back in 8th, trying to close in. Gilliott in 9th, also just about 1.9 seconds behind Roca. Jose Godino currently in 10th. Mark D'Antuma in his XCAL debut, currently running in 11th. Brent Meckes, we talked to pre-race, he is just happy he continues to have consistently good races, except for Thompson last week, hoping to turn everything back around because the last few months have been awesome for him, moving his way up through the points. Jared Heasley in 13th, still closing in on Meckes. Joe Campbell currently in 14th, Albie Hewins in 15th, and Scott Gilliott in 16th. After pit stops, just not a lot of battling going on here. However, Lautaro is now under 2 seconds behind third place, Adam Gilliott. Jason, you probably ought to fix that one, man. If he wants to be successful, he needs to go to the race before coming to the race, if you get my meaning. Nick and Ryan still about 8.9 seconds back from the Mad Bear. Cristiano Roca, though, is closing in. And Jeremy Gilliott also not far behind. Jeremy Gillett, currently the biggest mover of the race, followed by Lautaro, who's up 5 spots into 4th. Adam Gillett up 4 spots into 3rd. And Jared Heasley up 4 spots into 13th. Heasley is closing the gap now on Brent Mekas and his teammate Mark Dantuma. Cristiano Roca has crashed. Headed down toward the bus stop. We've seen everybody hitting the holy cow. Wow, Julia just barely misses him. Luke Turpin has now caught Jared Heasley, putting him a lap down. That leaves 12 cars on the lead lap. He also continues to pull away from Octavio, now 4 1/4 seconds ahead. Adam Gillett has now caught up to Lautaro. That is the battle for 3rd. Excuse me. Lautaro has just gotten by Adam Gillett for 3rd. Lautaro definitely has a ton of speed out here tonight. Can he run down the top 2? We've seen bigger gaps run down so far tonight. He's only 12.9 seconds behind Octavio and 17 seconds behind Turpin, but he is gaining on both. Nick and Ryan still hooked up, trying to find their way up to the Mad Bear. Jeremy Gillett now 5.5 seconds back from them. And getting word, fuel games to come. We saw a lot of different, a lot of different fuel strategies for a road course. Having a gap of 3 and 4 laps between drivers is huge. Scott Gillett stopped on lap 13. That was due to issues. Derek Colson stopped on lap 17. The rest of the field anywhere from lap 21 to lap 25. Only 2 drivers able to stretch it to lap 25. Matt Bear, Jared Heasley. Superman now sets his sights on the car ahead, Brent Mekas. Mekas currently in 12th place, trying to run down Mark Dantuma in 11th. Turpin really sending it through the bus stop. I have to admit to being shocked at how hard these guys are able to go through the bus stop and how much momentum they're able to carry. Let's ride along with Cristiano Roca as he heads toward the bus stop. He's up through the S's. I'm curious to see just how much they carry. Roca 2.5 seconds behind Jeremy Gilliatt and gaining. All the way to the 300 mark before he gets on the brakes. And barely ever off the throttle. One quick downshift to get the momentum back up, but they are hitting the bus stop extremely hard. That mushy suspension definitely paying off in the 33 Scarlet Revolt car. And we've talked about it countless times. Scarlet Revolt has an upcoming album called Apocalypse. Once that is out, you guys might want to listen really, really closely. Make sure you go check them out on YouTube. Be ready for when that drops. And listen real close when that new album comes out. You might recognize a voice. In fact, Gerald, do you have any information on the release date of that album yet? Luke Turpin's lead has started to shrink. Octavio seems to come alive about 7 or 8 laps into the run. The gap now down to 3.8 seconds. Jared Heasley had his first problem of the night. Looks like a brief off track. Whoa, Jared, just that second to last turn. It is so easy to overcook it into that turn. Adam Gilliatt still staying right on Lataro's back bumper as they come by. The 21 of Scott Gilliatt. Gilliatt has struggled all night, but still in the fight. It has allowed him to pick up a couple of spots already, up to 16th. Scott Gilliatt actually sits 26th in points. Just a few points behind Joe Campbell. And here's an interesting note for you folks. Lataro sits in 3rd place on track, sits 13th in points after picking up 3 spots in the points after Thompson. Cristiano Roca picked up 1 and Brett Edgar picked up 2. However, Edgar not here tonight. Kevin, that's rough, buddy. Okay. I kind of figured, Gerald. I meant to message him yesterday and I forgot. Also of note, when talking about Lataro, the Flaming Karma Racing team has been closing the gap on the JNS Racing Aces for several weeks now. JNS Racing Aces and JNS Racing are first and third in the points. Flaming Karma in second has pulled away from JNS Racing and closing the gap on the Racing Aces at the moment. Looking at potentially a big team points battle going into the last few races of the season. The winning team owner will get a butt kicker Gamer Plus setup. Looks like everybody's starting to settle into a rhythm here. A very good thing for the drivers, but it can be problematic in these longer races. You get in too much of a rhythm and you start to make mistakes. You have to be on your toes the whole time. At Watkins Glen, it's especially dangerous because of the long straightaways that all look extremely similar. Octavio continues to close the gap, now 3.6 seconds behind Superman. Matt Bear in fifth has started to close back in on Adam Gilliott in fourth. Now 9.4 seconds behind. Flying Ryan and Nick, the college kid, still nose to tail, 6th and 7th, have pulled a little bit away from Cristiano Roca in 8th. Jeremy Gilliott now back in 9th and Jose Godino in 10th. Jared Heasley continuing to reel in Brent Mancus as well. Joe Campbell currently sitting in 14th, Albie in 15th, and Scott Gilliott in 16th. Sean Andrews is back out on track. Not sure what is going on with that car tonight. Meanwhile, Luke Turpin just continues to hold the gap and has actually pulled away quite a bit. Not sure what happened with Octavio, but he lost about 0.3 of a second on that last lap. He's now 4 seconds behind. We're going to take another quick commercial break. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll go side by side so you won't miss anything. just a few laps away from the second round of pit stops. Don't forget to come back next week, Oxford Plains, and that, as we found out this evening, is the Seams home track. Hopefully the entire Seams fan club will be out for that one. Could be a huge night for Flying Ryan and the college kid. Who are now in lap traffic with the boss, Joe Campbell. Man, they are jumping the cars into the bus stop every lap. Adam Gillett is on pit road. The first one in, and he is about on schedule. Luke Turpin continues to lead. Octavio in second. Lautaro in third. That moves Flying Ryan and the college kid up to fourth and fifth. And you have to wonder, now that Flying Ryan and the college kid have caught up to the boss, is this a little strategy at play? Is Joe Campbell going to pull him around, let them draft off of him? He currently runs 13th on track, but he can definitely help them conserve a little bit of fuel on the straight, maybe giving them an extra lap before their stops. I have no idea what has happened to Matt Bear, but he is disconnected. I'm not sure if he has suddenly lost connection. We'll try and get an update. Matt Bear now all the way back in 15th, not on track. Ryan Seams, Nick Seams, Cristiano Roca, Jeremy Gillett on pit road. But the points leader is not in the race. Jose Godino is in. Luke Turpin is in. Octavio Rondoletto has reclaimed the lead, and he stays out. Fully expect Lautaro to stay out as well. Mark Dantuma should be able to pull a few more laps, as should Brent Mekas. We know Jared Heasley can go several more laps. Adam Gillett has completed his stop back out on track. And Octavio Rondoletto is in. Will Lautaro stay out and lead? A bit surprised to not see a few of these drivers going further than they are. Lautaro is going to stay out. He will lead next time by. Five bonus points late in the season could be the difference in a position with a guy like Lautaro making his way up just 2 points behind John Friley coming into tonight. And with nobody in the 131 car tonight, he is going to close up to about 11th in points. So a big points night for Lautaro as he closes in on 10th place, Albie Hewins. Mark D'Antuma now on pit road. And Lautaro is going to bring it in. He is far enough ahead, he will be scored leading a lap at the start-finish line. Jared Heasley is the only driver still on track who has not pitted. Matt Bear has appeared back out on track. Must have lost connection. The Matt Bear now back in 15th. Jared Heasley coming through the final 2 turns. Can he stretch this another lap? Nope. Heasley is on his way to pit road. We're going to get a word with him. Waiting for him to hit his pit stall before we interrupt him. Hey Jared, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey Doug, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good, man. How is the race going for you, knowing that now you're the top running car that can stretch that further than anybody?
I just don't have the pace to get there and go after it. I had problems finding the start, some pedal problems, but other than that, I think we're doing okay, just making my way up through the field.
You have been storming by quite a few cars, but getting into some faster competition ahead. Can you continue to march your way possibly into a top 5?
Yeah, I got out of my rhythm there in the second stint and kind of lost it, I guess, a little bit, but I think strategy can catch us up a little bit, so we'll see what happens.
Well, man, you definitely have the fuel advantage, and your speed is starting to come up, man. Keep up the great work, buddy.
Yep, thanks, Doug.
Jared Heasley, huge shout out to him for letting us know we could bug him during the pit stops. Waiting for pit stops to finish up, and we'll bring you an updated list of who is where. While we're waiting, let's take a view from the How to Suck at iRacing blimp as they follow Luke Turpin around the track. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 9 Eastern. The Nowski Nation Truck Series is back, and boy, that has been non-stop excitement week in and week out. Thursday night, if you're on the American Truck Sim, hey, we are having our community convoy. All are welcome. That continues to grow every week. Please drop by the stream, cheer them on, say hello, have a good time. Everybody's welcome to hop in Discord and talk to us. Sunday morning, GT3 NSS returns 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Always a great job, and man, that's the series. The championship is just a few points apart going into the final races. BRR Cup playoffs continue Sunday night. And Monday night, of course, Jones BS Racing is back. Plus, during the day, you guys can tune in, putting on a lot of great streams. Angie and I convoying. Everybody always welcome to join. Hop in Discord, just say hello, whatever. We are always out having a great time. We'll have some other games coming tomorrow. Angie will be flying tomorrow afternoon, and so much more to come. Now that our second round of pit stops have been completed, let's get your full field rundown and see where your favorite driver is. Make sure to drop in the comments, let us know who you're cheering for. Luke Turpin has the lead. Has had as much as a 5-second lead, but second place Octavio Rondoletto is on the march. Octavio now just 1.9 seconds back. Lataro sits in third, 21 seconds back, just running some consistent laps since passing Adam Gilliott has pulled a big gap. Lataro up 6 spots, a very accomplished road racer. Adam Gilliott currently running in fourth, up 3 spots from where he started, just keeping the consistent laps going. Flying Ryan now up into 5th place, looking for another top 5 finish here tonight. Flying Ryan currently 5th in points. Continuing to keep that streak going. Nick, the college kid, seems currently running in 6th. Comes in tonight 3rd in points. Thought he had the car for the win. Still a lot of racing left to go. Cristiano Roca in 7th. He has been a bit wild out there. Also a very accomplished road racer. Could he make a comeback as he closes in on the Seams boys? Jeremy Gilliott currently running in 8th. Jeremy has been back and forth just a little bit, but overall up 7 spots. Jose Godino currently running in 9th place. Always a consistent road racer and definitely one of the best strategists on the track. Mark the Man Dan Tuma currently 10th on track. Mark in his XCAL debut putting on quite a show and has been picking up speed all night long. Brent Mecca is currently running in 11th. Brent comes in tonight 7th in points, also having another consistent run here after tragedy at Thompson. Jared Easley now up to 12th. Look for him to continue to make his way through the field. Had pedal problems, started from pit road, still has made up a bunch of spots. Joe Campbell missed Thompson last week due to internet issues. Currently running 13th on track, trying to help his team out whenever possible. Albie Hewins currently 14th on track, 10th in points, has consistently made his way into the top 10 week in and week out, holding that 10th place spot in the points, looking for a good payout at the end of the season. The Mad Bear was running in the top 5 before connection problems had put him all the way back in 15th place, trying to fight his way back up for a top 10. Scott Gilliott has had numerous problems tonight, but has not given up. Still in the fight in 16th. Sean Andrews, also multiple problems here tonight, still on track, running in 17th. Derek Colson, the only driver out of the race early. And let's hear it in the comments. Who's your favorite driver, and how are they doing tonight? Don't forget to check out the XCAL Racing web shop, xcalracing.com/shop. A new Zach Edwards shirt has hit after his win last week at Thompson, getting Flaming Karma their first team win ever. Could the second one come tonight? Could Lataro get to victory lane? Also, special thanks to Sim Racer Hub. Individual driver statistics on xcalracing.com are powered by Sim Racer Hub. And don't forget to check out the XCAL Racing Dash Series Monday nights. You want to get into XCAL? Just dip your toe in. Check out xcalracing.com. Check out the Dash Series. Come out and have a little fun. Octavio has caught Luke Turpin. Ran him down from over 5 seconds behind. They have got Albie Hewins just ahead. Will Octavio fight or just hang out in Turpin's draft for a little bit and conserve some fuel here? Does Lataro have the fuel numbers on his side? He is 22 seconds behind the top 2. However, he can go further than they can on fuel. The only other driver that can stretch as far as he can, in 12th place, Jared Heasley, who has been picking up the pace all night, continues to make his way up through the field, now closing the gap on Brent Meckes. As the race goes on, those drivers that can go that 1 or 2 extra laps continue. Every pit stop will continue to get further and further away. Let's ride along with Octavio for a moment and see if he is utilizing Luke Turpin to conserve some fuel here. Down the front straightaway. He is definitely not full throttle here. Octavio, a master strategist, I'm willing to bet he is using that draft to save some fuel. And Cristiano Roca has now caught up to, holy cow, Flying Ryan, massive drift. Nick Seams looks on the outside. Roca has caught up to him, and Jeremy Joliet is closing in. Nick Seams had a problem earlier. It looks like a pretty decent smack into the wall at some point on the left side of that car. Nick has been the faster of the two on the long run, but now Roca is back here. Cristiano looking to make his way into the top 5, and Albie Hewins has had a problem behind. Coming down toward the second to last turn. We have seen so many drivers lose the back end, but he manages to keep it off the wall. Jose gets by. Joe comes by. But Albie gets it going again. Albie did lose 14th, now back in 15th. Matt Bear has made his way up into 14th. What a heartbreak for the Mad Bear, though. He had a top 5 car. Connection difficulties sent him way back, still in the fight, hoping for mistakes towards the front. Maybe he can pick up some spots. Lautaro, currently sitting in 4th, is gaining on Turpin and Octavio. Just under 22 seconds behind. He is starting to, his pace is starting to get faster than the leaders. Adam Gilliott kind of in a little safe bubble at the moment. 15 seconds behind the top 3, but 40 seconds behind the Seams and Cristiano Roca. Jeremy Gilliott was closing in on the Seams and Roca, but is now 4 seconds back. Jose Godino in 9th, now 14 seconds behind Gilliott, trying to close that gap. Mark D'Antuma in 10th, has Brent Mekas behind him, starting to gain some ground. Mekas also picking up the pace, has pulled away just a little bit from Heasley. However, worth noting that both Heasley and Lautaro playing the long game. They have got the fuel strategy to beat. Turpin and Octavio about to be in very heavy lap traffic. And remember, these cars, Cristiano Roca, Ryan Seams, and Nick Seams, they are at the tail end of the lead lap. They can still defend and try and hold on to that lead lap. We mentioned it earlier, this could be the riskiest part of the night, with the leaders trying to get around any lap cars, but three of them that are battling for position. The college kid now in 5th, Flying Ryan in 6th, Roca in 7th. Turpin and Octavio on a tear here tonight. How much of the field could they lap? Just about halfway through this race, and if they get around these three, that'll leave just 4 cars on the lead lap. Turpin shoots to the outside. It does not look like Cristiano is gonna fight it. Turpin really closes up on Flying Ryan. He gets loose. That got sketchy. Turpin had to get out of it a little bit to not get into seams. Had so much momentum. The back end wanted to pass. Turpin goes wide. Octavio just doesn't push the issue. Turpin now clears Flying Ryan. Octavio now clear of the 2 lap cars. Nick seems the only one left ahead at the moment. And we're just about 4 laps away from seeing green flag pit stops yet again. Could shake things up even further here tonight. Turpin right on the college kid's back bumper. Nick goes wide, lets the leaders get by. Now 4 cars left on the lead lap. Before the next round of pit stops, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll go side by side. You won't miss a thing. far back. Turpin and Octavio have lapped a large portion of the field now. Lautaro sits in third, 22.5 seconds back. Adam Gilliott in fourth. Nick Seams in fifth. Cristiano Roca has now gotten by Flying Ryan to take sixth. Ryan in seventh. Jeremy Gilliott currently runs in eighth. Jose Godino in ninth. And Mark the Man Dantuma in 10th. But Brent Mekas has caught Dantuma. Jared Heasley back in 12th. Joe Campbell in 13th. The Mad Bear in 14th. Albie Hewins in 15th. And Scott Gilliott in 16th. Adam Gilliott, the first car in. He is on pit road. Looking through the field to see who will be the next driver in. Likely to see next time by Nick Seams, Cristiano Roca, Flying Ryan, Jeremy Gilliott, and Jose Godino. Most of the rest of the field should be able to go a few more laps. Mark Dantuma and Brent Mekas have had a problem. Mekas had caught up to the back bumper on Dantuma, gets a little twitch through the second to last turn, has to gather it up. Mekas follows him around. Great save by Mark. Brent Mekas still right there in his tire tracks. Mekas is running down. Roca is on pit road. Jeremy Gilliott is in. Both Nick Seams and Flying Ryan staying out another lap. Jose Godino heads to pit road. Adam Gilliott has completed his pit stop. Mark Dantuma should be able to go a few more laps, as will Brent Mekas. Octavio, meanwhile, has taken the lead from Luke Turpin and is opening up a gap. Octavio can go a lap or two further than Luke Turpin on fuel. Both drivers stay out. Lautaro, we know, can go a bit further. And the Seams are in. Nick Seams is in. Flying Ryan on pit road. Lautaro continues to stay out. Adam Gilliott back in 6th, has not been losing much ground when he hits pit road. Could be one to watch as this race goes on. Mark Dantuma heads to pit road. Brent Mekas stays out. Jared Heasley, another driver we know can extend that fuel run further than anybody else. He continues to stay out. Octavio Rondoletto and Luke Turpin head to pit road together. That is a bit of a shock. We fully expected Octavio to go a little bit further. Lautaro is in. That is a huge surprise. With the fuel strategies playing out and the fuel that Heasley is able, the laps that Heasley is able to run on, he could easily end up with a top 5 finish here tonight if his speed comes up even just a little bit. Could see him battling for a podium. His strategies so far are playing out perfectly. Every pit stop thus far, he has picked up at least one spot. He's picked up several on track. Joe Campbell just completed his pit stop as well. Albie Hewins has not been to pit road yet. Could Albie be a dark horse in this? He had some problems earlier that put him behind, but he has definitely got a good fuel run going here. Could he go and pick up a bunch of spots? Octavio and Luke off pit road, still nose to tail, but Octavio ahead. Lautaro now in third. Mark D'Antuma has had a problem behind. Mark into the second to last turn, drifts it through the turn. Albie gets by, looks like he's going to get it. Holy cow, close call. But he gets it going, does not lose any positions. We have seen 3 or 4 cars now in that penultimate corner get loose. We know the track is hotter and greasier than what these guys practiced in, and it has caused problems all over the track, but second, especially in that second to last turn. I do know a lot of last minute adjustments were made in the warm-up tonight due to the temperature on track, with drivers having problems coming up out of the exits. Brent Mackes now on pit road. Heasley continuing to stay out. Scott Gilliott now on pit road. And Albie Hewins also has not been in for his third stop. Brent Mackes in 10th when he hit pit road. He has been making his way up all night as well. Albie has had a problem. Albie coming down toward the bus stop. Oh, he moved over to the left just a little too much. Gets the grass. Slides it through the bus stop, but gets it rolling again. Jared Heasley finally on pit road. How much time will Heasley make up on pit road this time with that fuel strategy? The top three drivers all pitted lap 70. Adam Gilliott pitted lap 66. Cristiano Roca in fifth pitted lap 67. Nick Seams lap 68. Jeremy Gilliott lap 67. Flying Ryan lap 68. Jose Godino in ninth lap 67. But Brent Mecca's lap 71. Albie Hewen still has not come in, and Jared Heasley on pit road now. Meanwhile, the leaders have extended their gap over fourth place Adam Gilliott to the point that likely after this next pit stop, they will be in range to lap the fourth place car. Lautaro in third, still hanging out about 20 seconds behind the top two, but he is gaining ground little by little. Meanwhile, Octavio does have a bit of a gap on Turpin, about 0.7 of a second. I am still flat out amazed how hard these drivers are hitting the bus stop tonight. Gerald, I know you helped your team with the setups and practice. Were you amazed at how hard these cars could hit the bus stop? Remember, folks, this is the first time XCAL has ever gone to Watkins Glen. So this has been a week of a lot of learning. Another fuel strategy worth mentioning, fifth place Cristiano Roca. We were surprised to see him hit pit road as early as he did last time on lap 67. Remember, he can stretch 24 to 25 laps. That is one or two more than everybody else. Albie Hewens has finally come to pit road. Nick Seams still staying right there on Roca's bumper. Jeremy Gilliott about 4.5 seconds back in 7th. Flying Ryan not far behind in 8th. Jose Godino now to 9th. Brent Mekas in 10th. Mark Dantuman 11th. Jared Heasley now in 12th. Paisley lost a little bit of ground on that run, surprisingly. Let's take another quick look from the blimp. Check on this battle between Nick Seams and Cristiano Roca. Nick, the college kid, has gotten back past Roca, now back into 5th. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, for the Nowski Nation Truck Series. The Summer Series has put on some great racing, some great battles, some close points battles as well. Thursday night, we will have the community convoy. If you want to hop in, you're always welcome to join. And anytime we are streaming, you guys are always welcome to jump into the How to Suck at iRacing Discord and say hi. You can tune in tomorrow morning for no telling what game I'll be playing tomorrow morning. And tomorrow afternoon, Angie will be airborne flying in DCS. Thursday, we will have quite a bit of trucking in ATS and possibly some European trucking. Sunday morning, GT3 NSS returns 11:30 Eastern. Sunday night BRR Cup Series is back as their playoffs, their first elimination race at Richmond. Monday night Jones BS Racing returns as well. Those guys, they are going to the Iowa Legends Oval. That thing is tiny. Things are going to get interesting. And of course, next Tuesday, we are back here with XCAL at Oxford Plains, the home track of the Seams family. And it looks like we can talk to the owner of Flaming Karma Racing, Gerald Thanos Poole. Gerald, your team is definitely making their way through the field tonight.
Yeah, we've been burning up a calculator for a bit. Yeah, I got 5 different fuel strategies going on, so I think before we get to the end, this thing's going to get really interesting.
I'm sure it is. I've noticed about 5 different strategies going on throughout the field, and you've got somebody in the team running each of them as well. So who do you think is going to make the biggest move from your team at the end of this thing?
Well, I'll tell you, at this point, I don't know because it's just so close on everybody's part. So, yeah, this thing is going to get really, really interesting as we get down to the end of it. Man, it's just a great web shop event.
It is, and I have to say, I have been surprised, and I mentioned it a few moments ago. I know you helped test and set up and build the setup for the team. Are you surprised? You've raced many a race here. Are you surprised how hard you can hit the bus stop in these cars?
I'll tell you what, the reason I'm not in this race is because I got 5 guys in the race that know how to hit that bus stop very hard. And I'll tell you what, Chris Roca, it just impresses the hell out of me, the way he just busts through that thing. I've tried it a few times, and yeah, it's something. If you've got the skill level, man, you can rip through that thing. So I'll tell you what, yeah, it's really something. And yeah, I'm just so glad we got him in the Scarlet Revolt card this week.
It has been an interesting night for sure. It looks like everything's going to come down to who's got the most fuel at the end.
Yeah, it's gonna whose stop is at the end is going to be the quickest, getting in and out, and plus the amount of fuel. And yeah, I could tell you what, I'm almost afraid to even imagine what could happen by the end.
Well, looks like one of your drivers just hit pit road. Looks like we've got a replay to watch, but good luck to you and the team, buddy.
Tim Ford, thanks all you do, and thanks for Aaron, the Web Shop Series, and Butt Kicker, and Scarlet Revolt, and everybody, Flaming Karma Paint Shop, and Alloy Wheel Repair Specialists of the Upstate, and everybody supports us, and this is why we do it, baby.
All right, good luck, man.
Later.
And it looks like Jared Heasley may have had a problem just a moment ago. Flying right. Oh, there was some contact. Looks like Jared was on the brakes. Flying Ryan just. Let's take another look. Jared got on the brakes. Ryan right on his bumper just sent him into the wall. That car is really torn up. Jared had been fighting his way through the field. Now he is on pit road with significant repairs. Matt Bear also had an incident a moment ago. Into the second to last turn, a tail as old as time. He just went way too wide. Jailbert. Tyler, you gotta stop watching Game of Thrones pre-race, buddy. Jared Heasley still sitting on pit road, now back to 15th. That shakes up a lot of team strategy here. He was the one that could go the furthest on a tank. Now everything has changed dramatically, at least for that Flaming Karma team. We're going to take a quick commercial break before the next round of pit stops. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing. And we are back. Octavio Rondoletto, right as we went to commercial, was drifting it through the second to last turn, but now starting to put some space between him and Luke Turpin. Meanwhile, Lautaro is now under 20 seconds behind Luke Turpin. Remember, Lautaro can stretch that fuel further than most. But Sean Andrews had a problem a moment ago. He is towed to pit road. Let's see what happened. Down into the bus stop, cuts it hard, and just gets it, tries to get it gathered up, and hard into the wall. Octavio starting to pull a gap on Turpin. Lautaro still in third. Adam Gilliott in fourth, trying to hold on to the lead lap. The college kid in fifth. Cristiano Roca just behind in sixth. Jeremy Gilliott now up into seventh as Flying Ryan in eighth. Jose Godino currently running in ninth. Brent Mekas in 10th. Mark Dantuma runs in 11th. Joe Campbell in 12th. The Mad Bears starting to make up a little bit of ground. Now in 13th. Albie Hewins currently running in 14th. Jared Heasley on pit road. Heavy damage in 15th. Scott Gilliott currently running in 16th. Sean Andrews on pit road with heavy damage in 17th, and Derek Colson out of the race. Don't forget to tune in next Tuesday night as we go to Oxford Plains, and like we said earlier, you don't go to Oxford Plains without at least one car going flying off the dirt mounds. And it is the Seams family home track. Will the college kid or Flying Ryan come out, dominate, and pull off the win? Luke Turpin is closed back up on Octavio. Now at about 7/10 of a second. Turpin will have a little bit of an advantage on these straightaways. Once he's inside of Octavio's draft, he'll be able to close up quickly. Octavio, though, has been doing everything he can to keep Turpin behind and hopefully drop him. He hasn't yet. Lautaro sitting in third has a lot of breathing room now to Adam Gilliott in fourth. The college kid in fifth has no breathing room. Cristiano Roca sitting right on the back bumper. And it looks like despite heavy damage to the left side, or maybe because of heavy damage on the left side of the college kid's car, he has just gotten faster all night. Jeremy Gilliott, so far the biggest mover of the night, started in 15th, has run his way up into 7th place. Jared Heasley is back out on track. Jared currently scored in 15th place, just trying to make up any ground he can here. Looks like the car may not be at full power. We'll see at the end of the straightaway, but that car is not climbing through the S's as fast as we would expect. Looks like the team was able to put the front end back together, at least the body panels. That car definitely does not have full power. It may not. Oh, Joe Campbell has crashed. Oh, Joe got a little tap from the 43 as they came out of the carousel. Latara does not appear to have any damage on the front of the car. Joe looked like he was able to get on the brakes and minimize the damage, just a little bit of front end damage on that car. Does not appear to be affecting Joe's speed at the moment as the college kid comes by with Cristiano. It gets a little close with him and Matt Bear. Matt now right on his back bumper. That is a fight for position as Matt tries to make up some ground. Matt goes by easily, takes 12th. Remember, Matt was running top 5 earlier in the race before connection difficulties dropped him all the way to 15th. He has fought his way back toward the front. Mark Dantuma trying to close the gap on Brent Mekas in 10th. Cristiano Roca, Adam Gilliott, and the Mad Bear all on pit road. Heasley significantly down on power. Let's hop in the car for a moment. That car nowhere near full RPM at full power. Will it be able to hold out for the remainder of the race? Octavio still unable to shake Luke Turpin from his bumper. There you see, looking back at Octavio and Luke Turpin just behind him as they go up through the S's. Down that long straightaway, Turpin staying right in his draft as they head toward the bus stop. Octavio cool as a cucumber in the driver's seat. And it looked like Turpin got a little squirrely coming out of the bus stop. The top two continue to set a blistering pace, but, and this is a big one, Lataro on the move again, now down to about 19 seconds behind the top two. And Sean Andrews has had another problem. Sean's night has been fraught with trouble. And coming up the S's, holy cow. Go Gadget smokescreen. Luke Turpin has gone by Octavio to reclaim the lead. And here they come, Turpin and Octavio on pit road together. Lataro in third. Will he come in? He comes around Scott Gilliott. And yes, Lataro is in. Huge surprise. Ryan Seams is in. Nick Seams is in. Mark D'Antuma, Joe Campbell. Cristiano Roca stays out. Brent Meckes has stayed out. Adam Gilliott on his way back toward pit road. They will need one more stop to go the distance from here. Jose Gaudino in 10th, Mark D'Antuma in 11th. Those two are two of the ones that stretch that fuel. Albie Hewins, though, he can go a lot further on fuel before he'll need to stop. Jared Heasley was on a similar strategy before his incident with Flying Ryan. The leaders are back off pit road. Lataro less than 19 seconds behind the leaders now. Cristiano Roca currently running in 6th. Brent Meckes currently running in 5th. He has not been to pit road yet. Meckes, another one of the drivers, able to stretch the fuel just a little bit further. And Scott Gilliott has crashed. Scott, another driver that his night has not gone the way he hoped, coming out of the carousel, hits the inside wall. Manages to get the car out of the way before the leaders come by. Luke Turpin and Octavio have been together most of the race. After the first pit stop, Octavio fell a little bit behind, but managed to run Turpin down very, very quickly. They have been nose to tail ever since, alternating who the leader is. This is going to come down to a last lap battle unless something catastrophic happens. And it may involve a third car. Lautaro is on fire. Lautaro now 16 and a half seconds behind. Brent Mekas continues to stretch his fuel. Is it going to pay off here in the long run? He did not have a great start to this one, but has fought his way back and not given up. Could his strategy pay off to pull off a top 5 finish tonight? Cristiano Roca in 6, Nick Seams in 7th, Flying Ryan in 8. These three have been pretty close to each other for a good portion of the night. Now Jeremy Gilliott is gaining on him. Could end up with a late race 4-car battle for 6th on back. Adam Gilliott coming out of the bus stop and Luke Turpin just on the other side of it. We mentioned it earlier, it is a very real possibility to only have 3 cars left on the lead lap at the end of this one. Lautaro, though, now 15 seconds now behind Octavio. Luke Turpin and Octavio Rondoletto have not slowed down. Their lap time's still on par with what they've run all night. Lautaro has just kicked it up a notch. Looks like pit stops have been completed. Let's take a look where your favorite driver is in the full field rundown. Superman Luke Turpin back in the lead. He's been back and forth with Octavio all night long. Octavio Rondoletto currently sitting in 2nd place. Lautaro has cranked it up. He's found another gear. In 3rd place, running the top 2 down. Adam Gilliott currently holds on to 4th place, trying to hold on to the lead lap, but knows the leaders are closing behind. Cristiano Roca currently running in 5th place. Might have the fuel strategy to beat here tonight. Nick the college kid Seams currently in 6th place. Planning on running the rest of the season if possible. Flying Ryan now in 7th place, trying to get back up into the battle for 5th. Jeremy Gilliott not far behind in 8th, trying to close back in. A top 10 run looks to be almost in the books tonight. Jose Gaudino, currently running in 9th place, has had a good, consistent run all night long. Brent Mekas on pit road currently holds 10th place, has been able to stretch the fuel all night. Could he be a top 5 contender with that extra fuel mileage? Mark Dantuma currently running in 11th in his XCAL debut. looking to try and reel in Meckus and get that top 10 finish. The Mad Bear was running in 5th early in the race at a top 5 car. Connection problems sent him back to 15th. He has fought his way back to 12th. Albie Hewins, using fuel strategy, has started making his way forward again, back up into 13th. Joe Campbell, currently in 14th, has been working with his team all night, helping and getting help, currently runs in 14th. Jared Easley had a catastrophic incident with Flying Ryan. Heavy damage. He's got the car back out. It is not at full pace. He's currently in 15th. Scott Gilliott, heavy damage. The night has not gone his way. He is in pit road in 16th. Sean Andrews, another one who has had nothing but problems all night long, currently runs in 17th. And Derek Colson was out of the race early. Luke Turpin and Octavio, like we mentioned, they are still running fast laps. Octavio even drifting a little bit from time to time, but Lataro now just 11.5 seconds behind Octavio. Lataro has gained almost 10 seconds on this run. He has run his fastest laps of the night. Adam Gilliott currently running in 4th, trying to maintain the lead lap till the end of the night, but Luke Turpin and Octavio Rondoletto not far behind. These two have been laying down a blistering pace all night long, have lapped all but the top 4 cars. Lataro just keeps laying down some fast laps. Currently in 3rd place, 10.25 seconds behind and gaining. We're going to take our final commercial break. When we come back, we are taking you to the finish. Who's it going to be at the Glen tonight? Stick around. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are back as Lataro's march toward the front continues. Gerald Poole asking in the comments if anybody has ever watched The Warriors. Yes, I have. A few times, and yeah, great movie. But God, I feel really old. Thanks, Gerald. Luke Turpin continues to lead with Octavio, but Lataro now less than 8.5 seconds behind the leaders. Adam Gilliott in fourth, the last car on the lead lap as he goes down the straightaway. Turpin and Octavio are coming up out of the S's. They continue to gain ground. The college kid currently runs in fifth. Cristiano Roca in sixth. Flying Ryan in seventh. Jeremy Gilliott in eighth. Jose Godino in ninth. And Brent Mecca is currently in 10th. Mark Dantuma having a very consistent run tonight in 11th place. Matt Baer currently in 12th. Joe Campbell in 13th. Albie Hewins in 14th, Jared Heasley in 15th, Scott Gilliott is back out on track in 16th. Nick Seams still holding on for a top 5 run here tonight. With Flying Ryan back in the 29 car. Flying Ryan filling in for Alex Crapser in the 29 car, so that car will likely stay second in points tonight. Mark Dantuma has crashed. Mark headed down toward the bus stop. Oh, just missed the apex of the first left-hander. Gets the car rolling again, but man, that was a setback. Luke Turpin is in for his final stop. Octavio Rondoletto still out. Don't forget to tune in next Tuesday night as we go to Oxford playing XCAL at Oxford. Man, that is always an exciting race. Somebody will go flying off into the fields and somebody will go flying over the dirt mound. And will we see a Seams in victory lane at Oxford? If one of the Seams boys can get the win next week at Oxford at their home track, it would be the first Seams victory this year. But with the new rivalry brewing in the background with the Gilliotts, anything could happen. That track, as tiny as it is, everybody is nose to tail, inches apart, and often banging into each other all the way around. Thanos, do me a favor, check your messages and check the time. 30 minutes left to go in the race. The sun is starting to set a bit here in New York. Cristiano Roca on pit road for his final stop. And starting to see some interesting pit strategies right now. Guys like Luke Turpin, he did not have to pit. Lautaro has now slipped up into second place and is chasing down Octavio, just 7 seconds back. Luke Turpin, though, just set his fastest lap of the night. The track definitely starting to cool off, get a little grippier. We talked about it early in the race. The track was hotter and greasier than practice yesterday. Octavio finding a little bit more speed, pulled to a 7 1/4 second gap on Lautaro. Luke Turpin now in third, Adam Gilliott in fourth. The college kid in fifth, Flying Ryan in sixth. It looks like Turpin went in to get fresh tires and take advantage of the cooler temperatures. Now the question is, will the extra grip, the cooler temperatures, and the extra weight of the fuel load, will this strategy pay out? Jose Godino is now on pit road. Some of these drivers are hitting pit road 10 laps earlier than necessary. Could a driver like Albie Hewins, who's been conserving fuel all night, last pitted lap 97, could he go the distance here? Octavio Rondoletto giving up the lead. He is in for his final stop. Lautaro is going to stay out and lead a lap. The Butcher takes the lead for the first time tonight. Y'all don't forget to make sure you're following on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. Also, we'll make an official announcement in the next few days of when we will release the new website at htsai.net. It is under complete rebuild so that we can do a lot more for everybody. Adam Gilliott in for his final stop. Lautaro gives up the lead. He is in. After pit stops, Luke Turpin is ahead of Octavio by 1.4 seconds, but Octavio is closing in. The college kid is on in his pit stall. Octavio still trying to close back in on Turpin. Lautaro still on pit road. Right sides are down. Lautaro now back to third as Turpin goes through one. Octavio is through one. Lautaro still on pit road. Adam Gilliott, Jeremy Gilliott on pit road. Adam on his way out. Lautaro now on his way out, but way behind. And Cristiano Roca has crashed. Roca coming into the bus stop. Just swings it a little wide, goes around, manages to recover, but loses some ground here. Octavio has now caught back up to Luke Turpin. Lautaro comes off pit road, 17 seconds behind. He was on pit road 8.5 seconds longer than the top two. Flying Ryan now sits in fourth, has not been in for his final stop. Brent Mekas in ninth, has not hit his pit stop yet. The Mad Bear in 11th, now on pit road. Joe Campbell, Albie Hewins, and Jared Heasley have not been on pit road, nor has Scott Gilliott for their final stops. And now the battle for the lead is on. Both drivers can go the distance. Lautaro is gaining ground on the top two again. Flying Ryan now on pit road. Lautaro is gaining on the top two, but 16.25 seconds behind. Last time by, that was Lautaro's fastest lap of the night. Flying Ryan still on pit road in 5th. The college kid in 6th, coming around the corner. Jeremy Gilliott in 7th. Cristiano Roca not far behind in 8th. Brent Meckes now to 9th. Jose Godino in 10th. Mark Dantuman 11th. Matt Bear has recovered up to 12th. Joe Campbell in 13th. Albie in 14th. And Jared Heasley holding on in 15th. Flying Ryan comes off pit road in 8th. Brent Meckes is on pit road for his final stop. Three drivers have not been in. Albie Hewins, Jared Heasley, Scott Gilliott. Hey, good evening, Robert. Cristiano Roca has had a problem again. Oh, a little door banging between Roca and Flying Ryan. Ryan comes out okay, but Roca ends up going around. And what the heck? Caution! Jared Heasley crashed. Looks like Heasley and Flying Ryan get together. This was completely unexpected. We were not expecting to see a caution all night. Let's take another look at the two incidents that brought us to this late race caution. Cristiano and Flying Ryan get together. Cristiano goes around. Then Jared and Flying Ryan get together through the final turn. Albie Hewins barely misses the chaos. And it looks like the top three are going to hit pit road. This definitely benefits Lataro in a big way. Adam Gilliott, Nick Seams, Jeremy Gilliott, Ryan Seams, Cristiano Roca all stay out. If they get lined up behind the pace car, behind the pace truck, before the leaders get out, they will be waved around. Hey, good evening, Richie. How are you, man? Cristiano Roca may have had an incident a moment ago. Let's look. Oh, had to check up. Looked like he was going to pit road. Albie was right there. Jared Easley's car may have just died. He is stopped in the runoff road of the bus stop. Nick Seams, Jeremy Gilliott, Flying Ryan have been waved past the pace car. They are getting a wave around. We should also see, looks like Adam Gilliott, Jose Godino and Scott Gilliott get waved around as well. May see a lot of cars get waved past the pace car. But we'll have 8 cars on the lead lap on the restart with just a few laps left to go. Trying to see if we can get an update as to what the situation is in race control. But it looks like on the lead lap, we will have Octavio Rondoletto, Luke Turpin, Lataro, Nick Seams, Jeremy Gilliott, Flying Ryan, Adam Gilliott, and Cristiano Roca. So 8 cars back on the lead lap with just a few minutes left to go in the race. Should be getting 1 to green this time by about 9 minutes left in the race. So we'll probably have 5 to 6 laps of racing. And per XCAL rules, there will be no more cautions. Although, to be 100% honest, we were surprised to see one at all. Lights are out on the pace truck. They will stack back up. And this whole race just got flipped upside down. Lataro now right behind the top 2. He was faster than the top 2 the last 2 runs. Octavio Rondoletto, Luke Turpin about to have their hands full. And apparently a rivalry, a big rivalry, was just born in the midst of this chaos. Flaming Karma Racing Team not happy at all with the Racing Aces tonight. Who'd have thunk late in a race at Watkins Glen we'd see a caution, a full course caution. A rivalry is born, and who knows what's about to happen. "16 cars still on track, 8 cars back on the lead lap." Pace truck dives to pit road. Octavio controls the restart. He fires, they're away. Green flag back in the air. Oh, Albie Hewins goes wide. Looks like he was letting the leaders by. All the lead lap cars now clear. Lataro up to second. Luke Turpin on Lataro's bumper in third. Nick Seams now up into fourth. Mark Dantuma down to the inside. He's going to let the lead lap cars go by. Luke Turpin sent it a little too hard. Looks like he may have gotten a slowdown. There is an incident back behind between Cristiano Roca and possibly Scott Gilliott. Roca headed down toward the bus stop. Gilliott to the inside. Gilliott not on the lead lap. Roca is. Oh! Luke Turpin after a slowdown, a little bit behind Lataro. Lataro closing in on Octavio. Nick Seams in fourth. Jeremy Gilliott now up to fifth. Adam Gilliott now in sixth. Flying Ryan in seventh. Roca back in eighth. Jose Godino in ninth. Brent Mekas in 10th. The Mad Bear in 11th. And Dan Tuma in 12th. Jared Heasley back on pit road. Octavio holding about 3/4 of a second on Lataro. Luke Turpin about 0.8 of a second back. The top three have broken away from the college kid, now in fourth. The Gilliotts now fifth and sixth. Flying Ryan, though, all over Adam's bumper in seventh. Luke Turpin just set the fastest lap of the race. Lataro just set his fastest lap of the night as well. Cristiano Roca still trying to make up some ground after the incident a few moments ago with Scott Gilliott. Flying Ryan trying to get a run down to the inside on Adam. Turpin now 0.9 of a second back. Lataro now in second. 0.9 of a second behind the leader, Octavio Rondoletto. Ryan may have the run now on Adam Gilliott as he goes to the outside toward turn 1. Gilliott cuts it low, has enough room. Whoa, flying Ryan gets a little loose. Jeremy Gilliott closing in on the college kid. Octavio's lead starting to shrink. Lataro closing in. Turpin falling further behind. Now 1 1/4 seconds back. Octavio just set his fastest lap of the race, but so did Lataro. Joe Campbell has gone to pit road. He has had an incident. Lataro has caught back up to Octavio as they come back up the hill. Let's see what happened to Joe. Looks like Joe may have had problems with the car. He pulls off track. Through the bus stop, Lataro doing everything he can to close the gap. The lap car, Jared Heasley, just ahead. Heasley drops down low, lets the leaders by. Lataro doing everything he can to close up and make a move on Rondoletto. Lataro has had several top 5 and podium finishes this season. Could he get by Octavio in the last few laps to get his first XCAL win? Could Flaming Karma get their second win in a row? Octavio should see the white flag this time by. He is slinging that car through the turns with everything he's got. White flag is in the air one more time around. Octavio and Lataro, friends, trying to battle each other out for the win. They've put a big gap on Luke Turpin, now 2.5 seconds. And a crash behind. Nick Seams is in the wall. Adam Gilliott involved. We'll take a look here in a moment. Nick Seams still holds on to 6th. Flying Ryan now in 5th. Octavio has the run, has the momentum. Lataro has one more shot. Can he do it? through the penultimate corner. It will not be enough. Octavio Rondoletto wins at Watkins Glen. Lautaro comes home in second and Luke Turpin in third. Let's see what happened to Adam Gilliott on the last lap. Oh, went to the inside and a little bit of a bump with the college kid. And holy cow. What a finish here tonight. We're going to try and get a word with our top three. A wild finish to this one. We were not expecting to see a caution at any point tonight. Looks like Luke Turpin is pushing Brent Mekas to the finish. Brent must have ran out of fuel on the last lap. Let's see if we can get a word with our third place finisher, Luke Superman Turpin. Superman, that was a great run tonight. Unexpected. Great to see you back out there and doing that well.
I appreciate it, man. That was a good race. It was very long. I was not expecting it to be quite that long. I did not know it was now a timed race and not by the laps.
Well, it definitely has an impact on your strategy, but man, you managed to get the strategy. That late race caution, though, seemed to throw everybody for a bit of a loop.
Yeah, it kind of took away everything that was being built up to that point, and it kind of just made it, a straight up gunfight to the end. And I made a mistake, doing the wrong way on tire pressures there, and it just didn't handle at the end. Congratulations to Octavio, man. He's a good guy. I'm glad to see him winning in the 454. He's a good driver. I'm glad to see it still doing good.
Well, man, great job tonight. Great to see you back as always, and congratulations. That was a great finish.
Thank you, man.
Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jeff, for keeping me involved. He asked me to drive every once in a while for him, which is nice. And everybody that puts this on weekly. I like a lot more people to get involved. It was a lot of fun when it was 45 cars out there, but still 20 cars out there, still a good time. Just a little long.
It definitely was, man. Great job tonight, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Luke Turpin comes home at third. We're going to pull both Lautaro and Octavio in. Octavio, I brought both you and Lautaro down at the same time. I figured that'd probably be the easiest way to do it. A great run by both of you tonight.
Hello, Doug. Thank you.
That last lap, were you worried because Lautaro was coming quickly?
Yeah, he was coming really fast, and I thought in the restart we had the difference with Luke because we were starting at the same time, and we were thinking cover him and pushing and follow me in my draft, and let's try in the last lap. But the race was great, 1-2 for us, a second place for Flaming Karma, and first place for Robert 2 as well in the mixed team. And yes, we are extremely happy with this.
I have to ask, if the caution does not come out, does Lautaro win the race?
I think he had the opportunity because we were saving fuel. I was 1 lap short. I don't know how many laps Luke had to finish, but Lautaro was really fast in the end. We were saving too much, and that caution changed everything because I was fighting with Luke 1-to-1, and with Lautaro it's easier because we are working together.
Well, man, you guys both did an amazing, amazing job tonight, and getting Octavio, getting you back to victory lane, man. You definitely earned it tonight, both strategy and speed. You had everything here tonight.
Thank you so much. I want to say thanks to all the team, Road Sports, Lautaro. Si quiere saludar a alguien.
No, mandarle el saludo a mi viejo y gracias por todo.
To my dad, to my mom, to my family, our spotter Gregorio Dorso, Flaming Karma because we work on the car every week. Flaming Karma paint shop for the sponsor, and we will keep digging, and we are fighting for the championship.
You definitely.
Gracias, Goyo.
You definitely are. Great job to Lautaro. Great job, Octavio. Great win. Great 1-2 tonight. And, man, just an overall awesome race. Great job to both of you.
Thank you.
Lautaro comes home in a close second, but Octavio gets the win. Don't forget to come back next week as we go to Oxford Plains. You know things get wild when we go there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did tonight. Have a good night, everybody.